Hello. Good evening, everyone. We're the Floating Pets. It's nice to be up here in Newcastle. We hope you have a rinks, canny neats, tonight.
School, man, you don't See, I did it again. You think I'd be used to this by now, right? You think I'd be absolutely like a pro. I just have not got much of a clue of what's going on. But that's absolutely fine. So, hey, listen, can everybody hear me before I start monologuing again? Can you hear me this time? Last time I managed to duff the microphone up. I think I fixed it. I started off on purpose, of course, with the microphone off. Can you hear me? Can someone tell me if you can hear me? I'll drink wine in the meantime. Oh, no, come on. There has to be voice now, right? I can see it's going through now. There's got to be voice. No, John, no. Come on, man. You guys must be behind. You're taking the piss, all of you. You must be. You can't hear me, right? Come on. I can see the bloody audio going out, you gits. Come on. Somebody tell me you can hear me now. I'm going to type it here. You're winding me up. I'm sure you're all winding me up. Ah, there you go. Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Everyone is here. Let's just have a quick hello, and then we'll have a bit of a chat, right? So, oh man, how do I do this? Paul, thank you very much, buddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You remembered from last week. Today is my 30th wedding anniversary, which is still a little bit weird, to be honest with you. 30 years, bloody hell, man! Blink of an eye, eh? Thank you very much, buddy. Vince, thank you as always for coming, my friend. Thank you, thank you. Oh, hey, fellow fractal fanatic. Yes, indeed, fractal stuff. It's been a week full of fractal stuff. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Thank you, Vince. That song has got so much meaning to me. It's actually still really, really great fun to play. It's actually still quite difficult for me to play. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe I should practice it more. But yes, thank you very much. John Hendo, thank you for coming, man. Most people wish I was muted. I don't think I'm muted anymore. Who else we got here? Okay, I've got a message from myself, which is pretty cool. Thank you. So listen, hey guys, thank you all for turning up. Anybody who's here, as always, I don't know who's here, right? I can't see you. I can't see anybody. So if you're here, please do me the honors of posting something. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up wherever you are. It doesn't matter. Yeah, just poke something, poke somebody. If there's someone near you, poke somebody, and then come on the screen and just post something so that I know you're here. Otherwise, this is going to be like a really, really small crowd of cool people to hang out with. We could talk about all kinds of stuff then, right? Anyway, so what's been going on? We had started off there with my instrumental Get Up, which was the first thing when we started. Yeah, Vince, yes. Well, we'll talk about this in a second, right? So yeah, we started with Get Up, which is one of my instrumentals. Then we did the Beastie Boys, which is kind of, it's a safety net song for me. All right, so Get Up, right? I wrote that song three bit years ago, and I never played it until like 2 weeks ago. And that's 2 weeks ago was the first time I played that song since I recorded it. And as you do, guitar playing, recording friends, when you record this stuff, you kind of take your time over it, right? And you try to capture the essence of what happened, but at the same time, you might try something which is a little risky because you know that you can separate the parts and record them in sections. So I did stuff in sections, and I came to try to play it, and I just didn't know what the hell was going on. I think I figured it out, but yeah, still needs a bit of work, that one. The Vince, yes, you've got original tunes you can't play either. Well, this is why, this is probably why. I think it probably, but the good thing about that is if it's an original tune and you duff it up, who would know, right? It's your tune. You do it how you like. But yeah, it's an interesting phenomenon. So we had that. Then we had Beastie Boys, which is a real comfort zone song for me. I should probably stop doing it, but I'm so used to doing that song. I'm looking here, obviously, my good friend John Hendo, who has graced us with his presence on, I think, at least twice, if not 3 occasions, at gigs for the Flaming Pits. So for those of you who don't know, I play in a band called the Flaming Pits, which is it's a band that raises money for cancer research. We've been doing it for, it's coming up to 18 years now. That's all we do. Every penny just goes straight to the charity. And my good friend John has donated nicely, which is really generously, rather, which is really nice. But even more important, he's turned up to the gigs, and talk about, serendipity. He just happens to be in London on the day we've got one of the 3 gigs that we do a year. And he's turned up and he's hung out and he's wrapped cables and he's eaten kebabs. So anyway, the Beastie Boys song, the band has traditionally done that song because it's not that difficult. And it kind of eases everybody into it, and it kind of just sets the scene. I've done that song because it's actually the first one that makes me think that it started. And like I say, I've been doing it for so long, you wouldn't be able to tell, right? It's kind of just kind of eases me into things a little bit, and it always gets to the solo section, and I think don't play too fast because I get overexcited and then it goes nuts, and I always play too fast. So yeah. Anyway, we had that one. Then we had The Greatest Things, my original one about my dad, and then Sahara by Mr. Joe Satriani. Thank you very much, John. We love you too, man. The band fondly remember you, and I think you need to organise another one of these random trips and just turn up. It's always a pleasure to see you, dude. So what's been going on? Who is anybody else here? Is anyone else here? Somebody, there's loads of comments. We've got to keep the comments going, which is great. But anybody who's here, please post. For last time, in fact, I tell you what happened. I had some friends who were like, we've been WhatsApping you because we thought you could get WhatsApp messages on the screen. I can't. But if you WhatsApp me, that would be cool. I just got a message from our from from our singer. So our singer's name is Elf. He's absolutely lovely, and he just sent a message. I miss you, and here's a kebab in your honor. And he sent me. Let's see if I can go close up on this. And he sent me this lovely picture of his dinner this evening. Elf, Roger Elford, Elf, is going to die of a coronary. I think we probably all are, aren't we? Yeah. So anyway. What's been going on this week? I'm going to play some more songs for you. I don't think I've got anything new this week. It's been a busy one again. For anybody who's here from Fractal Land, I'm not going to just. By the way, if anybody wants to comment, you're very welcome. On WhatsApp rather, and I'll see if I can somehow rip it over to the thingy. It's been a busy week. There's been lots going on. The ZenRigs stuff has been really busy. For anybody, sorry, I lost my thread there. For anybody who's from Fractal Land who wants to know anything about any of the ZenRigs stuff, please post. Send me an email. I've got the phone right here. If you can't post because of YouTube or whatever, send me a message, send me a text, whatever you can, and I'll talk about it. Otherwise, I'm not going to just start kind of showing bits and bobs. But if you want to see it, obviously, I'm happy to. For Fractal Friends, this week there's been some interesting stuff going on with some preset rebuilding. I've been working on the latest iteration of this ridiculous morphing preset that I have, which is I just love it. I mean, all my stuff, the stuff I'm doing here is based on kind of cut down versions of the morph because I changed them very quick. I changed them quite a bit actually, but I will put them in the proper morph, the morph for templates. Hey, William, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for turning up, mate. Hope you're well. So yeah, there's been lots going on with that, and I'm going to have new versions of the morphing presets available in the next couple of weeks. Again, for Fractal friends who are here, I'm also thinking of doing a live actually showing you how to build the morphing preset. So I'll go through my commercial preset and I'll show you exactly how I built it and the thinking behind it. It's insane, but it's very, very cool. What else has been going on? I've conversations in the Fractal forum about thanks, Paul. Thank you, buddy. So Paul is one of the nicest blokes, right? Paul, I apologize. I think I probably apologized to you last time. I'm going to have a glass of wine before. Is anybody drinking with me? Is it just me today? This evening, by the way, brought to you by wine and coffee. The lethal mix because we're lacking sleep again. Paul, probably over a year ago, wanted some guards for his FC12, and I kept saying, "Yeah, Paul, they're coming," and then just life happened. We've had a difficult year. My God bless my poor wife has been very, very ill. She's coming. Thankfully, she's kind of pulling through it now, but she's been really unwell. So everything was just put on hold. And Paul, unbeknown to me, actually didn't buy any from anywhere else. He just waited until I was ready, which is, I think, over a year, Paul. So good on you, man. I really appreciate your support. Vince, thank you, Morph. Yeah, so I'm thinking of doing a live. I'm going to show you how my Morph preset works. The other thing, which is an interesting one, on the Fractal forum, people have been talking about presets which are trying to figure out how to integrate IEMs in ear monitoring with their rigs. And this is a rabbit hole I've been down. I've had a mixer for years. I had a Studio Live 16R, the rack mixer, which is great, really, really cool. And I used to get a feed from the desk of the band minus me, and then I'd mix my guitar in with the Axe-FX and get it all coming in my ears. But it was just a little bit cumbersome to kind of tweak it live, on the fly. So I had a bit of an idea of a way of doing it with just the Axe-FX and a couple of controllers. So I'm going to do that as a live as well, if anybody's interested in that. Vince, you're going to see Beat? No way. I'm so jealous. I'm so very, very jealous. I don't know if they're coming to the UK. I know, John, I can't remember if I asked you. I know John's going. I don't know if they're coming to the UK. I would so love to see them. I really would. John, I think you're connected somehow to... Are you connected to Adrian? I can't remember which one. I think it might be Adrian, right? Anyway, if they're coming to the UK, I'm definitely going to see them. So what else has been going on? Oh, friends of mine in Florida. I've got really good friends who turn up to these lives each week, and had messages from them saying obviously things are a bit nuts over there. So you probably can't see this, but if you do, if you do come back, when it's all over, when the craziness is over, and I hope you read this, man, I'm just sending you loads of love, and I hope everything is okay. I lived in Florida for a few years, and we lived through one hurricane, but what's going on at the moment is crazy, so please stay safe. Look who has turned up. No, I cannot believe it. I might have to have a sit down. I might have to have a glass of wine and a coffee at the same time. Roger Elford. I need a button. I'm not sure this is going to work. Let's see if this works. Does this work? Or even better. There you go. Roger Elford. Elf, our singer. Thank you so much for popping in, man. How are you? Elf, why are we not hanging out, dude? Big love from the kebab house. You're in a kebab house. Elf. I think I texted you guys earlier. It was our anniversary today, right? And of all the places we could go, we went into town, and we passed a Lebanese place and kebabs and meat and that kind of stuff. And Jazz suggested we go there. I'm not going to say no. It's Anyway, what have we got here? John, you connected with Adrian and Tony. Mostly, that's right, Tony. I remember. Man, I'd love it if they came. I really, really would. Vince, fourth row. Oh, you absolute git. Please take some good photos and video if you can. I don't know if they allow that. Do they allow that in America? Take some photos and video and send it over. Elf, you in the kebab house. Who are you there with, brother? Are you on your Todd? Are you on your own, Elf? What else do you need? Congrats, man. What else? Well, exactly. Thank you, Elf. Thank you very much. It was So we told each other, right? We've been 30 years, right? 30 years, a long time. And we've got this thing which we started years ago to say, look, just don't buy presents. Right? There's no need for cards. There's no need for presents. We don't need it. It's just for us. It's just we don't need it, right? Not important at all. So we never do. And 30th anniversary, and there's me thinking, well, should I get her something? And I'm talking to my daughter Tia, and she's like, nah, Dad, don't get anything. Mum's not getting anything. I was out buying something for somebody else's birthday, and I was in the card shop, and they had a bunch of stuff, obviously, but there's two things caught my eye. One was it's our Pearl anniversary. One was Happy Pearl anniversary to my husband, which I loved, and the other one was an inflatable balloon, which said good luck. So I bought them both, and I gave them to Jazz this morning. She's not talking to me at the moment, but I think that'll be fine. So Elf, flying solo. I love it, man. That's dedication to the cause, Elf. We need to catch up, mate. We need to catch up. We've got to try to squeeze in a gig before the end of the year, right? Have to, don't you think? Anyway, right. So, swig of wine. Anybody who's here, please come and say hello. Elf, thanks for popping in, man. Let's do another couple of tunes, and then we'll chat about some stuff. So, there's a song which I wanted to learn forever. For those of you who've been here before, I'm doing this every week, which is Satch Boogie. Haven't been able to play it my entire life, and always wanted to just keep on practicing it, get better and better. It's not getting better, but I'm going to play it at you anyway. Here we go. I think it's the best thing I can say to you. Hey, look who else is here. Ah, man, this is where is it? Here it is. Here it is. How lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Dancing Cow, John Restle. He's our amazing keyboard player from the band. For those of you who were here for the Beastie Boys at the beginning, you know the weird dude dancing around in the cow outfit getting his udders felt by random women? That's John Restle. I don't even think he was actually playing at the gig. I think that's just kind of how he was roaming around. John, man, thanks for popping in, dude. You're obviously not with Elf, I take it. Yeah, I miss you too, man. I really miss you too. I actually, thank you, Vince. Thank you very much. It's getting a bit better, right? It's getting a little bit better. Getting there slowly. Getting there slowly. John, man, I'll just say to Elf, we need to get together. We really need to get together. I've been missing you guys today. It's been a bit of a weird time. We need to get together. Right. Anyway, look, start off with the Wheatus talk. Let's. I've got another one for you, John, that you play an extensive amount of a keyboard on. Let's see how this one goes. Right. So. Yes, yes. I've got to sort this out, man. I've got to sort this out. This week, I'm sitting here. I've had problems with the microphone. For those of you who were here last week, you remember the microphone wouldn't work, and I had to do some stuff to it. I had to bypass it, kind of thing. This week, I fixed the microphone, but now for some reason, when I finish a song, it mutes the microphone, which is bollocks. So yes, I will. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this. I'll have to remind myself at the end of each one. All I was saying. Thank you, John, man. Really good to see you, buddy. Catch up soon. We'll chat soon. Yes, every time now I play dance floor on this thing, I can actually see Elf singing, dancing, and sweating all at once, which kind of makes me feel like I'm at home, which is really, really cool. Anyway, listen, let's do another song, right? So next one is also actually Elf, another one of yours, buddy. Let's see if this kills the audio this time. The other thing I should point out, actually, which is a bit weird today, my daughter Tia's revising for an exam upstairs, and normally, Vince, you do this live streaming stuff. You've got to have a bit of noise in the room, right? Because then the guitar kind of reacts with the noise, and you feel it, and you play differently. Well, she's revising upstairs for an exam tomorrow, so I've got this turned down to like whisper quiet, and it's really weird because I can hear my strings. So this song might be a bit of an odd one because there's no drums in it until a little ways in. So let's see if I can manage this right. So.
Sweat for you. There's nothing I can do for counterparts and bleeding hearts and all the things that fall apart for you. I don't keep my secrets there. I hide them everywhere. I could
Ah, I'm not sure it's tough, Vince. Can you hear? You can obviously. I can see my microphone. Checked it this time. Tough not being able to hear yourself playing. Yes, yes, yes. But it's okay. It's all right, man. It's okay. You know, it's important stuff. William, you've been trying to. You've gone into Stone Roses, haven't you? Well, there you go. It's a great, beautiful song. Beautiful song. It's kind of the Pits version with because it's just me on my Todd with extra solos and things in it, which is always good fun. I love that song, man. Hey, John Perez from the Philippines. Hey, mate. Thank you so much for popping in. That's really cool. What time is it where you are? Is it daytime? It's 10 to 9 over here. Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate it. Got me in the other screen while you're working. That's the way to do it, mate. That's the way to do it. There was a friend of mine. Thank you, Vince. There's a friend of mine is yeah, you're all friends, right? There's a guy from the Fractal Forum, I think, and he said it's really difficult to watch your show. He watches it afterwards. He said it's really difficult to watch your show because I'm at work at 2 o'clock. And I said that sounds like the perfect time to just go to the toilet and you know, to spend an hour in the toilet. People will probably just ask once or twice, right? Then they'll just stop bothering you. Yes, low volume is tough. I don't know about you, Vince, right? Back in the day, before I grew up a little bit and became sensible, I used to play. This is before the Pits. I used to play in a band called the Dangerous Dogs, and no hearing protection, really loud band. And I still remember to this day being on stage. I had a Marshall half stack behind me, being on stage, and the band just gets louder and louder as it does during the gig. Rock band, of course. And getting to a point in the gig where I had to go down and squat next to my Marshall with my right ear against the 4x12 cab so I could hear what I was playing. So now, of course, I'm slightly deaf in my right ear, which doesn't help matters at all. But there you go, playing quite. But yeah, for the kids, hearing protection. Old people, hearing protection. Please take care of your ears. Can't undo that. John, 3:47 a.m. Why are you working at this time, man? Why are you working at this time? Cheers to you, brother. Thank you very much for pop. 3:47, bloody hell. Title of that last song, John, was Chasing Rainbows. It's by a band called the Stone Roses. I wasn't even aware of these kind of bands and this kind of indie music until I met the Flaming Pits. And they've shown me some really cool music. Some pretty bad music also, but mostly pretty cool music. Right, let's see what we've got next. So the next one, let's do another original for you. It doesn't look like we've got too many people chatting today. So and I hope people in America, I hope you're okay. My friends in Florida, who I know there's a bunch normally here, I hope you're all okay. I was thinking about you today, and I really hope this kind of passes you without too much crap. So what else? Let's do another song. Let's do another song. Another one of my originals. Microphone's on. See, I'm checking it now. Right, another one of my originals. This one's called "Don't Look Back." It's from an album I did a few years ago, and this is another one of those. The Pits know. I was in a bit of a weird place back then, and wrote this album to kind of capture a lot of the weirdness that was going on with me. This song was kind of a message to me of just move forward, keep on going, don't worry about what's happened. There's a lot of change in my life at the time. Keep moving forward, and it's kind of it was a weird coincidence that I found I wanted a tattoo for years and years. Could never think of what to get, and I just happened to find a tattoo not too many years after that, which just said move forward, which is something which I always say anyway. I say it to my kids, move forward. Right, you're eating dinner. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Keep yourself fed and looked after. Right, let's do this song. Don't Look Back. This is from my album, The Greatest Things. It's got a weird video, which features a guy with I think it's a goat mask. Goat mask? I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, check it out. Yeah, got the microphone that time. Got the microphone. Such a wombat, honestly. I've got to, I don't know why that's muted the damn thing. Every time I finish a thing, I have to figure that out. Oh, thank you. Hey, firstly, yes, Shed 7. Chasing Rainbows is by Shed 7, as my good friend William here says. It's by, what do I know? I'm not into, I don't bloody understand indie music. That's down to the rest of the band. I'll just play what I'm told. Yes, Shed 7, they're excellent. The Guru YT, am I pronouncing that right? Thank you, mate. Thank you very much. I think you're talking about the greatest, Don't Look Back. Thank you. I'm not sure, do I know, please, because I don't know, right? Do I know you? Do we know each other? Thank you for coming, really appreciate you. Yeah, Paul, I've got a photograph I need to send you. It's, yeah, maybe don't open it with the rest of your family around. Thank you very much, mate. That's, by the way, Paul Lyons, he's the drummer from our band. He's very cool. He's very, very cool. He sweats an awful lot as well, but not as much as Elf. We've had the whole band apart from Johnny Bonnie, the bass player, here today. Thanks, Paul, man. I hope you're okay, buddy. Same to the other two, because Elf pitched up in a kebab shop, which is kind of worrying by himself. Actually, very worrying. We need to have an intervention for Elf. And John pitched up as well. So, hey, look, man, we need to get together. It's been way too long. Love nature. Thank you very much. Love the empowerment message. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That was kind of what it was all about. Thank you for coming. I don't know if you've stopped in before, but thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Brother Vince, you got to go teach a few that hit the beach. I'm so jealous of you, man. Honestly, have a fantastic show, mate. I really, really hope you have a great time. These are a bit small. Let's make these a bit bigger. Here we go. Right, there we go. Have a great time at that. I really, really wish I could go one day. Love nature, nice and mellow. Yeah, I love that song. Sleepwalk is such a cool song, isn't it? It's beautiful. All right, let's see. How is everybody? If you're here, some people have obviously posted. I get a lot of comments from folks afterwards who say they catch the show afterwards. So if you're one of those people, a couple of things to bear in mind, right? Because a lot of people are from kind of Fractal land. ZenRigs is obviously up and running. Thank you for everybody. For those of you who've ordered, I know a couple of people here have ordered ZenRigs stuff. Thank you. It's been so nice to come back again after almost over a year away, I think. It's been nice to get support. You know, it's always a bit of a weird thing when I've kind of shut down for a while and just wondering whether people are still going to be interested. But we've been overwhelmed with just kind of the support and, you know, and stuff. So really, it's kept us really busy. So thank you very much for that. So ZenRigs is back. Go check out some ZenRigs stuff. Other stuff. What am I going to do? I had some other buttons organized here. 1 second. Here we go. So ZenRigs. If you want to go to the ZenRigs site, guys, you need to go here, right? ZenRigs.com. On there, you'll find links to my original tracks, so you can go there and play them for free. If you're feeling flush or generous or sorry for me, any one of those will do. You can actually buy it there. I think you can. I think I've said it, so you can pay whatever you want. You could, you know, whatever you fancy, right? It all helps. There are links there to guitar lessons. I give guitar lessons. So since my kind of entire life changed 5 years ago, there's a few things I do now. I teach guitar, which I absolutely love. I do the ZenRigs thing, which I absolutely love. And I also work with these wonderful people called G66, who are the European distributors of Fractal audio gear. So G66, if you need some Fractal gear and you're in Europe, these are the people. If you're in the UK, G66 have a UK branch now, which I kind of take care of for them, you can get all the goodies from them. Okay, so any questions on any of the stuff, let me know. Even if it's after the show, it's no problem at all. Just drop me a message. Thank you very much. I love that song. That song's got a lot of meaning to me. Do I have a listen to This Is the One? Do you know what, William? I don't know. I think I probably have. I've heard an awful lot of the stuff, but I tend because it's a weird thing with the band, right? Because we've got a pretty kind of a broad set list, but it's stuff which I don't normally play. I never play it until it's time for the gig. Then you kind of remind yourself of everything. And the new indie type of stuff, again, this is probably really bad. I don't really listen to it until one of the guys says, "Hey, check this out. You know, hey, we're thinking of doing this as a song." And there've been some absolute corkers of songs that that they've introduced me to. As I've said, there've been some absolute stinkers as well, Paul. But they've been mostly absolutely brilliant. So no, William, I don't know that one. But I'll check it out, man. Paul, your mate Alan's going to order guards for his FM9. Thanks, man. Thank you for putting him on to me. I think I had a message from him earlier. We sold out of the FM9 guards really quick, really quick. But I'm expecting more parts to come, I think, back end of next week. And start making them again. They're for anybody watching this, I've had questions from people saying, you know, why is your stuff not always in stock? You know, why does it take so long to get stuff? And if you look at my site, there's a whole thing there which says, look, you know, this is how I do it, and this is why it's going to take this long, and kind of don't bug me. But I make everything, so it's not a question of things get made by fabricators and then I just sell them. There's loads of stuff that needs to be lined up, glued, cut, rubbed, magnets applied, you know, things stuck onto them. It's not straightforward. It's a real pain, to be honest with you, but the end result I think is worth it. So what else? ZenRigs, GC. Okay, that's it, I think. Right, so let's play another song here. We've got, this was a cool one last week, right? So if you've ever wondered what would happen if you took an 80s classic, cheesy, happy tune and combined it with visuals from the trippiest kids program we've ever seen, you're in luck, because I've done it for you. So last week I was sitting there with my daughter and we were talking about kids programs back in the day. And when we lived in Florida, there used to be this really wacky program called Boo Bar. I don't know if there's anybody here from America. I don't think it ever came to the UK. It's called Boo Bar. And I still to this day have no clue what it's about. It's these tiny little creatures who are just really bright and colourful and just the freakiest, trippy. If you ever had a beer and you want to go home and have a trip, right, don't take drugs, but go home and watch Boo Bar. I guarantee it'll be exactly the same thing. Anyway, sitting there with Tia, and I was explaining Boo Bar to her. I found it on YouTube, and I'm showing it to her. And I've got my phone next to me, and I had the playlist open for the Flailing Pits. I put the phone down, I accidentally pressed play on one of the songs, and it was Together in Electric Dreams by Giorgio Moroder and Phil Oakey, and it was just the funniest thing. Yeah, William, Boo Bar, yes. It was the funniest things. Thank you, William. William was a student of mine. He's buggered off to university now. He's got very long hair and he looks quite cool. I hate him. I don't really, William. I love you, man. I loved our sessions. We used to have, William and I used to spend a lot of time dissecting Pink Floyd songs, right? And kind of how Gilmour plays and all that kind of stuff. He's a massive Pink Floyd fan. He's a very good guitarist. William, man, I'm glad to, I'm glad that you're still playing, mate. How does one explain Boo Bar? Boo Bar, you explained it perfectly last time. It is the Teletubbies on LSD, right? Have a look, see what you think. Microphone. William, the creatures beyond space and time, they really are just bizarre, aren't they? But aren't they lovely? You can't help but smile at that song, right? Every time I see that video and I hear that song, you've got to smile. Music was better back in the day. Maybe it's just me getting old. Thank you, Love Nature. Very, very cool of you. Thank you. Old is gold. You're right. Absolutely. Yeah. Better music. My kids are beginning to understand this now. My son, who's turned 21 in September, has finally started to understand why the old music was the good music, and he stopped listening to the crazy stuff he was listening to. William, interesting, right? So you mentioned this last time, and I kind of looked it up, and it's all just about colors, because it's just colors and shapes. That's all it is. And if you watch the program as an adult with a glass of wine in you, you're going to be thinking, what the hell are they doing to our kids? But apparently it stimulates bits of their brain. Who knows? Anyway, thank you everybody who's popped in. For those of you who are who else is here? Oh my God, it's Dave Barron. Dave, man, how are you, brother? I haven't seen you for so long, Dave. Thank you for popping in, buddy. You keeping well? Hope you're keeping well. I hope you're keeping very, very well. Dave, we've had a bit of a pit reunion. The boys have all been here. The only person who's not been here is Johnny Bonnie, our bass player. Dave Barron is a fantastic guitar player, percussionist, hirsute man. He's got wonderful hair and a great beard. And he used to play bongos and guitar in the band, and he, in fact, got the nickname of Bongo. Wonderful. And he also, thanks, Dave, man. I'm good. That's good to hear. He also contributed some percussion for, I think, one of the tracks on my album, which was a song called An Angel is Stilettos. I'm not doing that today. I haven't got the guitar set up for that one. But maybe next time. Dave, thank you, man. I miss you, fella. I haven't seen you for a long time. Long time. Thank you, Love Nature. That's really, really cool. Do you know what, William? Yes, if you're, I think, well, the theory is if you're listening to your parents have got stuff on that it kind of rubs off on you, right? So we grew up, the kids listening to Van Halen, Led Zeppelin, everything back from the 60s, 70s, because I grew up listening to stuff my brother used to have from the 60s and 70s. Put it all on. They used to love it, and then just I think kind of got to teenage. Not teenage. I think my son was about eight or nine, maybe a bit older, and he suddenly started to get into some really weird stuff. Then got into some stuff called future dub. I'm still not entirely sure that's a real thing or if he's just winding me up. But now anyway, he's suddenly decided that the Deftones and Foo Fighters and people like that are very, very cool. So good for him. Right. Look, it's William. This one here, this guitar. So this guitar this is the third version of this guitar that I've had. I've had this one for 2 years, I think. It's beautiful. It's lovely. It's a JS1CR. Just look at that, man. How is that just not the most gorgeous guitar you've ever seen? And the cool thing about this guitar, other than it looks absolutely wicked, of course, is it's got this pickup in it called a Sustainiac. And this is the reason I've got this today, because I'm playing, very, very, very quietly in this room. It's whisper quiet in here at the moment, is because of the Sustainiac. Because if I did this, and then I put the Sustainiac on, check this out. Then you can get it to do this. So infinite sustain, which is super, super useful when you haven't got the volume in the room to kind of make it sustain by itself. Thank you very much. Bongos rings a bell. What's going on here? So, Love Nature, do you know Bongo? Do you know Dave Bongo Barron? Dave, there could be some kind of a reunion going on here, man. Let's see if we can figure that one out. Dire Straits. Oh, I love Dire Straits. Don't know any of the songs, but yes, exactly. Isn't that just? I mean, look, just flipping look at that, man. Just look at that. Isn't that just a beautiful thing? It's sadly it is obviously a fingerprint magnet, but it's such a cool guitar. I love this guitar so much. Anyway, listen, chit chat. If you can, please like, subscribe. If you can share this with other people, it's going to help me big time. It's only the 4th time I think I've done this. And, it's going to take time to kind of build an audience, but I'm going to keep adding songs. I'm going to keep doing Fractal stuff. I'm going to talk about Fractal stuff and show things for people who want to see them. We're going to have separate sessions about things like building very specific Fractal presets for people who are interested in that. But the focus of this really is going to be playing songs. And I've got, we've got 4, 7, 10. I've got like 13 songs now. I'm going to keep building it up. So please keep coming back. For those of you who have, thank you very, very much. Please share it with people. Share it on your socials. Share the thing. It'd be really, really cool as well. Right, so not so much chat on the Fractal stuff today. So let me play you another couple of songs. Let me do you one more, then we'll have a little chat, and then I'm going to do one more, and then I'm probably going to go. You know some other bongos. Where are you, Love Nature? Are you in the UK? Are you? For those people who I don't know who you are, I've had a wonderful message from somebody in the Philippines, I think it was. Tell me where you are. If I don't know you, if you haven't got your name on there and I don't know who you are, it'd be lovely just to know where you are. It's nice to know that there are people around the place, whether it's outside my front door or across the pond or wherever, who are kind of watching and tuning in. Thank you for your support, dudes. You're very, very cool. John, you're working as a customer service rep, BPO. BPO. I'm trying to think from my corporate days. Do I know what BPO means? Business process outsourcing? Does that sound right? Yeah, not sure. You've been setting up the EV2 tonight, Paul. Thank you. Paul bought a pedal from me this week and it arrived and it wasn't working. Sorry, Paul. Don't know what happened there, mate, but glad you sorted it out. Let me know if any hassles. Pedals, fantastic. Yes, I'll show you something, in fact, right? So where have I got it? Have I got it here? Here we go. So this is, let's see if this works. Here we go. So this is what's going on where I'm sitting at the moment. Obviously, it's not daylight anymore, but this is the rig. And look, I've got this as well. Is this going to work? Yes, I've got the hand of God. So this thing over here, that's the Fractal Axe-FX III, which is making all the sounds at the moment. This thing down here is a foot switcher, which switches between various things. All of these buttons over here is what I'm using to control the stream. There's a 16 button thing here and like a 8 button and some knobs and stuff over here. I've got a foot switcher down here, which is switching cameras. And then I've got this, which is what Paul's setting up at the moment, which are pedals, which I use. Twos are great. They're absolutely great pedals. But I switched from them a little while back. The EV ones, I love them. I've got the space for them, so I stuck them on, but the EV2s are absolutely cool. Right, let's do another one. So let's try, we got two choices, guys. We've got two songs left. It's the it's the ZenRig. Well, that's the William, that's the whole point, right? ZenRigs is meant to be kind of chilled out, well-organized rigs. That's the whole point. Right, so two more songs. You've got two choices. I might do them both. I might do one, another Satriani one, or I Am the Resurrection. Any preferences? I'm going to pretend there's some sort of vote going on while I just have a swig of coffee. I'm beginning to flag a little bit. It's been a long day. Satriani, I think, is what's coming out here. I'm seeing William sitting there typing. I can hear William typing. Resurrection, resurrection. Here's a bit of Joe Satriani for you. Let's see how this goes. All right. Ah, thank you. Uh, helps you deal with customers. Oh, look at this. More new people. Oh, I'm so happy. Melanie TWF, San Francisco Bay Area. Thank you very much for popping in. You're so cool. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know where you've heard this from, where you found me, but thank you very much. That's awesome. San Francisco. I love San Francisco. I haven't been there in absolutely years. Beautiful. Thank you very much for popping in. Who else we got here? Graveyard Shift. Yes. Thank you. Love Nature. Thank you very much. Paul, man, I'm trying, right? I've been trying to play these songs for I don't know how many years now, and getting a little bit better. Getting a little bit better. High tech stuff, quite geeky. That's Love Nature. Yes, I am. I'm a bit of a nerd, and I'm quite happy about it as well, to be honest with you. So my background, for those of you who don't know me, I've been in IT like forever. I was quite a thicko at school, and then what do you call? A friend of mine one day rings me up and says, "Hey man, I've got a computer." And he was a rich kid, he was a rich guy. We weren't rich at all. Come around and let's play with it. So I turn up at his house and he's got this ZX81. He had no clue what to do with it. We were kind of pressing buttons and these words are popping up on the screen. I was hooked anyway. And it turned out that I was quite good with computers. And my dad, God bless him, kind of encouraged it and, scrimped and saved and got me a Spectrum, a ZX81 to start with, that fact, then a Spectrum, and then blah, blah, blah. I did a degree in computer science. I got a job working in computing. I went into the sales and marketing side, and my whole life has basically been IT related, pretty much, with a few twists and turns here and there. But I've always been a nerd, and this setup here, I built this during the whole COVID stuff. I finished my job. I quit my job after many years of doing it, and was about to start a little business teaching people how to do, teaching corporate clients how to present, how to teach their people how to present. COVID happened. Kind of put that on hold straight away, just literally 2 weeks before it was due to start. So I built this rig thinking it's going to be online, and ended up needing to test it out. Asked a few friends of mine if anyone wanted a guitar lesson, and all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of people want guitar lessons, and I accidentally became a guitar teacher. Then I just fell into this, and my whole life's turned into music now, so I can't really complain, can I? Can't complain. There's a lot worse ways to make a living. Thank you from your friend John Hendo. John is one of the Melanie isn't John just one of the nicest people on the planet. He's lovely. I miss him. He should be here. John, why are you not here? You should be sitting there. There's a couch over there with a butt shape in it where you should be, John. Honestly, I love that guy. Dawson Walters, hello from Toronto. Thank you so much for popping in, Dawson. Thank you very, very much for Toronto. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. I think that's the first Canadian person I think we've had on here, which is great. Paul, man, yes. I can't. There's no way you can help it, right? When I started playing, and Paul, I know you. I've heard you play, right? You're an absolute beast of a guitar player. But when I started playing, I was at university. I didn't start playing until I was 20, so it was very late. It's the first time I picked up a guitar, and I didn't know anybody who played guitar, and I really liked Jean-Michel Jarre, and I had a bunch of his albums, and there's one album. It's called. I think it was called. Was it Revolution? I think it was Revolution. And it had a song on there by Jean-Michel Jarre called London Kid, and it had Hank Marvin playing a melody on it. And I used to love, please don't judge, I used to love Hank Marvin, The Shadows, Cliff Richard, all that stuff. Because my brother was 10 years older than me, and I grew up listening to that stuff. So I'm sitting there working out this Hank Marvin thing, thinking this is great, and I love the Police, learning Police songs. And then I met this random guy in a music shop. I went into the music shop to buy a string or something random, something weird. And there's this kid at the back playing Queen songs, and he's got long hair. He looked really cool, and I went up to him, and I was like, "That's amazing!" He looked my age, kind of thing. I said, "That's amazing! How long have you been playing?" And we got chatting, and he goes, "Oh, he's at university, same university as me." He goes, "I'll come over with some CDs." So he turns up a couple of days later, and he's got a bunch of CDs, and he puts on this thing by Joe Satriani, and it was Surfing with the Alien, and it was one of those, you get those moments in life where kind of the whole room is just like, whoa. Something is weird happening here. And I was like, what the hell is that? What on earth is that? That's how I want to play. And that was it. I'd only been playing for about 3 months, I think, at the time. I thought that's what I want to be able to do. And it wasn't the technical stuff, because my fingers they can never do that crazy technical stuff. But it was just about how he played. It was just the little phrasing and the bending and the vibrato and the note choice. So yeah, I love Joe Satriani. Absolutely love Joe Satriani. Melanie, yes, John is one of the best people. He's a lovely, lovely human being. I'm very lucky to know him. Yep, Satri, you're absolutely right. Paul, you started when you were 21. Wow. Wow, we both started so late, huh? We both started so late. You're an amazing guitar player, man. I've seen you do your posy thing. I've seen you do your thing. I'm pretty sure it was you, right? You're drinking with one hand and you're playing with the other like this. And it was a gig, and I was watching it. I was cracking up laughing. And I was just thinking, what a poser. What an absolute poser. But I was so impressed, man. That was awesome. Anyway, people, it's 25 past 9, and it is today is my 30th wedding anniversary. And my wife is she's asleep. She's not been very well. She's had quite a rough year for health stuff. So she's asleep, but I'm probably going to go and I think she's asleep. Well, if she isn't, she won't be soon because I'm going to go wake her up. So a couple more songs, maybe one more song. Let's see. We've got a few more things going on over here. Yeah, William, you're right. You hear something, right, that just changes your world, and you remember it. I still remember that feeling. My friend, by the way, his name is Steve Collins, and he actually is probably sitting in front of somebody watching someone play. Was the best guitar player I've ever sat in front of. Obviously, since then I've sat in front of people like Joe Satriani and Steve Vai, which kind of skews the field a little bit. But Steve was amazing guitar. He is an amazing guitar player. Ah, Love Nature. Do you, Jean-Michel Jarre? Yes, I'm a child of. I was born in 1969, and when I was in my mid-teens, that's it. It was synth music, and I loved all of that kind of stuff. I grew up in the whole 80s kind of wave. You know, that was the music I loved. And Jean-Michel Jarre, absolutely. Jean-Michel Jarre has had every album. Started collecting them on vinyl again recently. Oxygen, one of my favorite albums. I tell you what, one Love Nature, which I really, it was just a. I don't know if it did that well, but one of my all-time favorites of his was Zuluk. You heard that one? That was a freaky album, really, really freaky album. But I love it, yeah. Jean-Michel Jarre. There's a couple of other similar kind of ilk things from the time, which I'm gonna track down. There was a guy called Kitaro, I'm gonna put it down here, right, so you can kind of see it. Kitaro. That I used to work in the libraries, in my holidays and whatnot. And the librarian was also into kind of really weird music, and introduced me to this guy called Kitaro. And I don't know if he was Chinese or Japanese, but it was some sort of Oriental kind of a thing. And the stories behind him were fascinating. They used to just go up and live in a cave and come up with this music, on a keyboard and then release it kind of stuff. Anyway, Kitaro, fantastic, and Tangerine Dream, also fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Check him out. So let's have a look. What have we got here? Melody Twoof. Mine was Buck Dharma or Glorious to Cult. His jazz influence, note choice, and phrasing. Do you know what? There are some players you can they literally play two notes and you know who they are, right? Amazing, absolutely amazing. So, Melanie, do you play? Are you a listener? Are you a player? Are you a bit of both? But yeah, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. William, yeah, Pink Floyd. Another one, William, right? So I was at university, and there's no internet back then, of course. This is like 1989. No, when did I go? 1987. I went to uni, so kind of 87 to 91. Got into guitar when I was in 1989. 1989, yeah. Yeah, when I turned 20, that's right. And suddenly the kind of my world opened up in terms of music, and I was sitting. We used to have this crazy setup in our house there. It was a what do you call a house full of just nerds, and we'd wired up. Again, this is before this kind of technology was there. We'd wired up one video recorder downstairs into everybody's room to their TVs, so we could watch stuff like in your room. And one of the housemates got a video of Pink Floyd, and I'm pretty sure it was Delicate Sound of Thunder. And I was just sitting there one evening and flipped over to the channel where we've got the videos being broadcast, and Delicate Sound of Thunder. And it was I actually remember, right? It was this. I can't remember how to play this, but it was something like that. William, I know you know it, right? And it came on, and I was like, again, it was one of those things like, what on earth is that? That is just the most ridiculously beautiful sound. Dave Gilmour, man, and I love him anyway. Thank you for the thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. We had a lovely day today. We kind of chilled. We had a few things to do this morning, and then we went to town. Like I said, she's not been too well, so she kind of gets really tired in the evening. So we went out for a nice lunch, which was really cool, and then just kind of hung out, which is beautiful. Thank you. Do I know anyone with tinnitus? Yes, me. I've got tinnitus. I was talking earlier today on the stream. Back in when I joined my first proper band, back in the late 1999, early 2000, I think, late 99. It was called the Dangerous Dogs. Really good fun band, lovely people. And what do I know, right? I've been going to gigs, and you're young. I was in my 20s, and your hearing's great, and you don't mind a bit of ear buzzing afterwards because it's all part of the vibe kind of thing. And we started gigging, and you know what it's like, when you play, so it just gets louder and louder. The band somehow magically gets loud. I don't know how the drummer turns his drums up. It's never the guitar player. The guitar player just kind of stays sensible, right? And gigs got louder and louder towards the end of the show. And I remember clearly, I had no hearing protection. I remember clearly squatting in front. I had a 4x12 and a 100-watt Marshall, squatting in front of my cab towards the end of the gig, so I could hear my guitar when I was playing melodies and solos. And I'm now deaf in this. Well, not deaf. I've lost hearing, high frequency in this ear, and I've got tinnitus. I've got permanent buzzing, this high pitched whistle in both ears. How do you manage it? I think for me, there's two things. Obviously, it's never going to go away, right? So I did some. I think it was a meditation kind of thing. It wasn't hypnotherapy. It was a meditation thing, which I still do. So kind of, but I can't. Actually, it's been so long. I can't remember what it is. But it's at night time. I tend to do this thing where I just kind of quiet my mind and just tune into the frequency. It sounds so hippie, doesn't it? And try to tune into the frequency and just kind of just let it be there. And when I let it be there, after a while, I stop hearing it. Well, maybe I don't hear it. I think I just stop noticing it. But yeah, when things are really quiet, we're sitting upstairs watching TV, and I've got the TV up. My wife's going, "You deaf?" I'm like, yeah, pretty much. All I can hear is this high pitched frequency. So yeah, Dawson, man, I hope you managed to manage it. So yeah, it's a rubbish thing. John, thank you very much, buddy. Can I play a bit of the Jean-Michel Jarre track I just mentioned, Zuluk? You mean on the guitar? I have no clue how that'd even be possible. Would that be doable? The one which I learned to play was it was called London Kid, and it was Hank Marvin. And again, I've not played this since probably I was 20. It was something like that, right? Check it out. Really good. Really, really good. Sorrow. Yes, William, you're right. Absolutely, that's it. Sorrow. Melon, you're in 5 bands. Oh my word. That is hardcore. Jeez. Good for you. Good for you. That's amazing. Playing live is just one of the most fun things ever, isn't it? It's just one of the most fun things ever. Let's see what else we got here. Mind blown. William, man, Pink Floyd. Jeez, dude. I've got to do a bit of Pink Floyd, right? I should do. Yeah, sorry, you're right. I've been playing recently. I think, William, I did this with you, in fact, when we were doing lessons. I've been playing What Do You Want From Me from the Division Bell, which I think is a cracking song. Might give that one a crack. I might give that one a go. What do you think? Mix that with Sorrow or something. Paul, big Dave Gilmour is just, there is nobody who plays and can get a note to just sound so bloody good like Dave Gilmour, as far as I'm concerned. Can I play For the Love of God? I've never tried it, John. I think it's, honestly, and you'll get guitar players going, well, I've never tried it, if I practice it. I think it's beyond me, mate. I really do. My fingers just don't move that quick. I've got mild arthritis in both hands, which I've had for many, many years, and every now and then my fingers just go, it's not going to happen. And there's some slight disconnect, so I'll go as fast as I can. I think For the Love of God, maybe, who knows? Maybe I'll try it one day. The only what you call Vice song I think I've ever tried. I did the Attitude song years ago. That was really good fun. That's pretty nuts. And Call It Sleep. So from the Flexible album, which are great. Not played them in years. Yes, protect your hearing, folks. Once you've got the issue, that's it. You're done. You're done. Absolutely. You went to the Hard Rock for 8 months. Yeah, it's difficult. Really difficult. Now, even if my son really got into Star Wars, and obviously nerd. And recently he's at university now, but he's just at Newcastle, which is just down the road from us. And he's been finding out about these things called Star Wars Sundays at the cinema, where you go and they're starting showing the original trilogy, right? The 4, 5, and 6. And even going to the cinema now, I've got custom molded ear protectors. I take them to the cinema even because I've got to preserve what's left, right? Yeah. Anyway, Call It Sleep. Yeah, great song, William. Great song. All right, listen, guys. I'm gonna do one more. You've all been really cool. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Please come back. I will be here every Wednesday unless something happens. I plan to be here every Wednesday. For those of you who are from Fractal Land, please go check out this place. For those of you who know anybody who might need guitar lessons, even if they don't need guitar lessons, what you need to do is you need to tell them that they need guitar lessons, and tell them to go to zenrigs.com, and I will teach them stuff if I can. I'll teach them as much as I can, which is great. You still listen to Call It Sleep? Thanks. Thank you, William. Hey, look, man. You know we've got to kind of introduce each other to different kinds of music, right? So I had a lot of fun with you, buddy. I had a lot of fun doing songs with you. Yeah, we should catch up again sometime. So listen, guys, thank you again very much for popping in. For those of you who've had a glass of wine with me, thank you very much. That's all you're getting. That's all you're getting, John. Sorry, I've never even tried it before. So there you go. Best I can do. Right, I'm going to do one more. So the last song I'm going to do, when COVID happened. So my band, as I mentioned, we play for cancer research. That's that whole thing, right? And we've all lost someone to cancer. I lost my dad to cancer. My mum had it. I've had loads of friends who've had it, and people close to me as well. You know, so it's an important band to us, and lockdown came, and I moved north 11 years ago. I used to live in London. I used to gig every month, sometimes twice a month. Then I moved north, and the band, a bunch of idiots, said that they didn't want a new guitar player. They wanted me to stay, and we'll just do the gigs less frequently, and I'll just travel down. Which, of course, I'm not going to say no to that. It's a band of a lifetime. It really is. And all of a sudden, COVID came, and we couldn't play anymore. You know, we did 3-4 gigs a year, and we just couldn't do it anymore. So we sitting here, and I was sitting here, and being a nerd, I kind of built this thing, and I was starting to build this thing. Actually, hadn't built it then. So I had an idea of, hey guys, why don't we'll get a drum track, like Paul, our drummer, plays a drum track. We'll record it on iPhones, nothing fancy. I was starting to build this so I could do proper recording, but even this wasn't anything like this. And then everybody just take the drum track and do their part over it. So the keyboard player do his thing, again, recorded on a phone. Singer would do his thing on a phone. Bass player wasn't around, so I was doing the bass and the guitar. I got all these kind of bits of iPhone clips, and I stuck them together, and I mixed the audio using Logic and tried to make it sound a bit, less pants than it was. And we made we did a lockdown charity fundraising thing for the NHS, our National Health Service here in the UK. So like a lockdown gig for the NHS, and this was one of the songs on it. This was a lot of fun. So the context here, so you're not looking at it thinking, what kind of idiots are these? Is we were all idiots, to be fair, but what kind of idiots are these? Is that this is the time when all of a sudden you could order pizza again. Do you remember this? Do you remember this time? We're all sitting in our houses, and you can't even order takeaway. And geez, man. Anyway, all of a sudden you could order pizza. So this will explain some of this. Generation X Buffalo 2019. Dawson. Steve Vai's awesome. I mean, again, I don't know how much you know about kind of what I've done, but if you go to ZenRigs.com, there's a story there. If you go down to the blog of the day I spent with Steve Vai, which was pretty much at the beginning of my doing the ZenRigs thing, and hung out with him and the very fantastic Thomas Nordegg, who was just one of the nicest blokes on the planet. Thomas Nordegg was Vai's tech for many years, and also tech to people like Frank Zappa and his biographer, funnily enough, his videographer. But yeah, check it out. There's a story there with backstage footage and all kinds of crazy little things. Check him out. Vai's awesome. What have we got? Yeah, absolutely. I don't know about you, Love Nature. I ended up spending, a lot of people were like thinking of ways to make loads of money, and I just saw it as a way to just switch off and not stress about, obviously we had to stress about money, but not stress about having to, get up and go to work, and just spend more time with my kids, which is great, and my wife. Okay, bad. Yeah, I've got to sort that out. Right, listen, guys. Last song. Okay, this is called "I'm the Resurrection." William, this is by the Stone Roses, right? I'm going to assume you're going to say yes, because I'm pretty sure this is by the Stone Roses. Guys, thank you very much for coming again. Next Wednesday, same time. Please share it amongst your groups. Try to get other people to come. It'd be really, really cool. I'll keep adding songs to this. I really appreciate the chat. It's been a lot of fun. You guys take care. If you're in America and you're anywhere near Florida, please take care of yourselves. I'll keep everything crossed for you, and I will see you next week. Cheers, dudes.
Down, down, you bring me down. Your face, it has no place. No room for you inside my house. I need to be alone. Don't let your arms down, stop bleeding. I don't care where you've been or what you want to do. Turn
Can I get pepperoni passion with extra sausage, extra pepperoni, extra spicy sausage? Yeah. 40 minutes. What are you gonna do? Kill the pig? Come on. Fine. Just cook me the pizza, bring me the pizza. Okay? Do you know who I am? Seriously?
Oh, had to come back because there's a couple of nice comments. Oh, look who's here. This has got to be the one and only Toby. Oh, no, not you. I know who you are. Toby. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Thank you so much for popping in. I don't know if you've been here for a bit or you've just been here towards the end. Thanks for coming, matey. Hope you're well. I'm going to see you tomorrow, right? I'm going to see you tomorrow. Hope everything's good with you. It was actually really cool, John, because we when we did the stuff, the band, they're not, you know, they're the nicest people that you've ever met. They're all absolute hearts as big as whales. And when I suggested let's do this, there wasn't a question of, oh, okay, we'll do it. They all just went for it. You know, John, you saw the keyboard player dressing up as Batman with his beard. It was brilliant. And Elf, he came up with that. We didn't kind of say, hey, look, Elf, come up with this. He came up with that and just sent me loads of little clips. It's such a nice and funny bunch of people. Melody, the Sustainiac, yeah. Like I said, this guitar actually needs a bit of setting up. It's not the easiest guitar to play. I'll be honest with you. It's a little bit stiff, and the action's probably a little bit high. I think it needs a bit of fretwork actually. But because I'm playing it like dead whisper quiet here today, because my daughter's revising, you can't get the sustain otherwise, right? So yeah, Sustainiac, but it's a lot of fun, awful lot of fun, really really cool. What else have we got here? Yeah, William, I know you love this song, man. I know it. Yes, it does go hard. It does. We do that song at the gigs, and literally people just freak out. It's one of those songs. There are a few songs people completely freak out on. There's that one, always. I mean, like Ballistic. There's Bohemian Rhapsody, and that's the last song we typically do in a night, and people just go nuts. John, man, thank you so much for coming. It's my pleasure. This is absolutely my pleasure. It's my privilege that you're actually turning up. So thank you very much for coming. Who else have we got? Melanie, yeah, Sustainiac, yep. Thank you, William. Thanks, buddy. You have a good night too. Get some rest. Everybody, thank you very, very much. I am going to go and grab another big glass of wine now, and really, really nice chatting with you all. I'll be back here next week. Hopefully, I'll see some of you guys then. You take care of yourselves wherever you are, and I'll catch up with you soon.